Hey Math 7 students, if you don't know my name, it's Mr. Msadikis, and if you do know me, my name is still Mr. Msadikis. I'm going to go over volume with you today. I'll give you two examples. First example is a square prism. I don't really know what this is in here. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart. I don't know who that is. Let's get rid of this hunk of junk. I'm really focused on this prism. So we're going to calculate how we figure out how much can go inside this. I could call it a rectangular prism, but it is a square prism. It's kind of like if this was a square inch, this is just a charger. But if this were a perfect cube, which it's not, it's like how many of these would fit in there if I did get a bunch of these and put it in there. So that's what I'm calculating with volume. Okay. So first I need to measure the area of the base. That's the big B. How you find the area of any prism, which is a shape that is the same in the front as it is in the back, and then it's connected by a bunch of rectangles. I'll show you a triangular prism in a moment. But basically the big B, you've seen small b's, that is the base of a flat shape. But the big B is the area of a solid or a three-dimensional shape. So it'll be whatever, however you found the area of that shape. So if it's a triangle, you have to use 1/2 base times height. If it's a square or rectangle, you have to use length times width, or you could call it base times height if you want. Okay, so measurements are, I do need some chalk. There it is. Okay, so the measurements of this base, and I find the base by doing 5 times 5 because it's 5 by 5. And then this height is actually 7. So all I'm going to do is multiply this out, and I'll find the volume of this shape. 5 times 5 is 25. And then 5 times 7, I'm sorry, 25 times 7 is 175. And since I measured this in inches, it's going to be inches to the 3rd power, or I could say cubed inches. Kind of like cubes. All right, next shape. This isn't a perfect triangular prism, but it is a prism in the sense that it's the same shape on one end as it is at the other end. And it's connected by a bunch of rectangles. Okay, so I'm going to calculate the base times the height of this one. So for this one, this is a triangular prism. The base is going to be 1/2 times the base, which is 3, times the height, which we're just going to say it's 2, and then multiply by the height, which is 8. And I measured this one in centimeters. So we have 1/2 times 2 is 1, times 3 is 3. So the volume is just going to be 3 times 8. And that's going to end up with a volume of 24. And again, this was measured in centimeters. So cubic centimeters. If you don't put that 3 up there, or you don't say cubed, you're just talking about how many flat squares can go in there. We're not talking about how many flat squares. We're talking about how many three-dimensional cubes can fit in to shapes like this. All right, hope that helped. Try your practice problems. Good luck.